Today we're putting Peter Attia's framework to the test. Anyone over 50. Some of his advice is brilliant, but a lot of it doesn't actually transfer to our reality. Welcome to the Ageproof Blueprint. Picture a cruise ship docked in the Mediterranean. 2 passengers, both in their early 70s, both paid for the same trip. One of them is off the ship before breakfast, walking cobblestone streets, climbing the old city walls, sitting in a cafe, watching the world go by, living the trip they saved for. The other one watches from the deck. Today, Peter Attia's framework translated for a real person over 50. What he found, what it means, and what you can actually do with it. Attia starts with a question almost nobody asks. Not, how long do you want to live, but what do you want to still be physically capable of in the last decade of your life? I want to walk cobblestone streets without the fear of falling. I want to climb the Spanish Steps in Rome. I want to play golf and pickleball and keep up with people half my age. I want to travel and climb stairs to see the views without anyone really reaching for my arm. He calls this a Centenarian Decathlon. 10 physical tasks that define the life you want at 80. Not athletic achievements, the physical requirements of a life worth living. Carrying your own luggage, getting up off the floor without using your hands, playing 18 holes and feeling the game, keeping up on the court with people half your age, climbing 100 steps to see a view, and having the breath left to enjoy it. Write yours down. To perform at that level at 80, you need to be significantly above it at 65. Every year you wait makes the gap harder to close. And here's what Attia's data shows about what's quietly happening inside most of us right now. And it's not comfortable. Think about those 2 passengers again. The difference between them didn't start at 70, it started long before that port of call. By the time most people are diagnosed, they are already 20 years into the process. The cardiac event at 68 started building in your 40s. The cognitive decline that becomes Alzheimer's at 75 began as barely measurable changes decades earlier. The metabolic dysfunction that produces type 2 diabetes at 62 was quietly worsening for years before a single symptom appeared. None of it announced itself, it just accumulated while people were living their lives, raising families, building careers, assuming their body would take care of itself. I think about this more than I probably should. Both of my parents developed Alzheimer's. I can't guarantee anything, but I'd rather be someone who did what was available to them than someone who just waited and hoped. Most of that risk is modifiable, not with medication, not with a procedure, with 4 choices you can start making this week. The first is exercise, and not in a vague, get more active sense. 2 types. Strength training to preserve the muscle mass that protects your joints, your posture, your ability to carry your own bags and climb those steps in Rome. And cardiovascular training that builds your VO2 Max. VO2 Max is the single strongest predictor of longevity in the medical literature. Moving from the bottom quarter to the top half for your age reduces all-cause mortality by roughly 50%. It drops fastest between 50 and 70. If you do nothing in this decade, getting it back becomes just much harder. The second lever is the one that surprised me most, and the one most of us are likely to dismiss. Attia treats emotional health, chronic unresolved stress, persistent loneliness, living without a sense of purpose, with the same clinical urgency as exercise. As damaging as smoking, not as a metaphor, biologically. The person who trains consistently but lives in a chronic isolation or chronic stress is not as protected as they think. That one landed hard for me. For those of us navigating the shifts that come in our 50s and 60s, relationships changing, careers winding down, kids leaving, this isn't a soft point, it's a clinical one. The third lever costs nothing, requires no equipment, and most people over 50 aren't doing it consistently. Sleep timing. Not how long you sleep, when. Same bedtime, same wake time, every single day, including weekends. I changed mine about a year ago. Same time every morning, no exceptions. The difference in how I feel by mid-afternoon is not subtle, and it took about 2 weeks to really settle in, and for the most part I haven't gone back. I'm not perfect, but I try. Irregular sleep disrupts the circadian rhythm that governs hormone release, cellular repair, and immune function. The damage compounds quietly over years. Therefore, same bedtime, same wake time, every day, free, no equipment. It's one of the highest leverage changes any of us can make. And the fourth lever is the one that surprises people most, because it isn't what they expect. Nutrition. And I'll keep this brief because it gets its own episode later. Attia doesn't prescribe a specific diet. His principle is precise. Enough protein to preserve muscle mass, and enough restraint around ultra-processed food to stop accelerating metabolic disease. Most people over 50 are significantly under-eating protein. That's it, and the full version is coming later. Back to that cruise ship. The person who walked off into Dubrovnik didn't get lucky. They didn't have better genetics, or more money, or more time. They made a decision, probably years before it felt necessary, about what they wanted to still be capable of. And they built toward it. Your challenge this week, write your Centenarian Decathlon. The 10 physical things that matter most to you at 80. The cobblestone streets, the golf course, the grandchildren on the floor, whatever it is for you. Write it down. Put it somewhere you'll actually see it, because the choices you make in the next 5 years are the ones that determine which passenger are you. What is number one on your list? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. Nothing here is medical advice. Always consult your physician before making any changes. Next episode, Andrew Huberman. His protocols are everywhere right now, and some of them are genuinely useful. But several were built for a body 20 years younger than yours or mine. Next week, we look at what actually transfers after 50 and what doesn't. That's episode 4. Some links in the description are Amazon affiliate links, small commission, but no extra cost to you. And I only recommend products I use or have thoroughly researched. Don't just get older, get better. Age-proof.